with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News NOWCAST.
Good evening, I'm Haley Potter. Thanks for joining us for tonight's edition of the Erie News NOWCAST. We begin with some breaking news. Mill Creek police are on the scene of a shooting which sent a 25-year-old man to the hospital with critical injuries. It happened around 7:30 this evening at the intersection of Zook and Zimmerly Roads in Mill Creek. Initial emergency calls came across as a pedestrian hit as the victim was lying in the roadway. But when emergency responders arrived, they quickly determined the man had been shot several times. According to initial scanner reports, the victim was in cardiac arrest, and Mill Creek police were called to shut down the area and block off as a crime scene. The victim suffered from multiple gunshot wounds, according to initial reports. This is a developing story. Erie News Now will keep you posted with any developments on air and on our website, erienewsnow.com. And the leader of the board overseeing Cathedral Prep, Villa Maria Academy, and Mother Teresa Academy is stepping down. Chris Haggerty has resigned as the president of the board. In a statement issued to Erie News Now, Haggerty says he is stepping down to spend more time with his family. Erie Catholic Preparatory School Board Chair David Slomsky has assumed the role of interim president as the school system is beginning to search for a new president. The school is set to break ground in the next few weeks on an expansion project in downtown Erie as it prepares to combine prep and villa students under one roof in the fall of 2022. And more than 58,000 people in our region have been fully vaccinated against the coronavirus. That's a jump of nearly 3,000 people in just the last day. Crawford County has fully vaccinated more than 15,000 people to date, and Erie County is closing in on 40,000 full vaccinations as of today. As of today, nearly 1.5 million Pennsylvanians have been vaccinated, and to date, roughly 11% of Pennsylvania has been fully vaccinated as of today. For all the latest COVID-19 facts and figures, check out our website, erienewsnow.com. And Erie's Veterans Affairs Medical Center has expanded vaccine eligibility to veterans of any age. The VA says eligible veterans include anyone enrolled and receiving care at the Erie VA Medical Center or outpatient clinics in Ashtabula, Crawford, McCain, Venango, or Warren counties. Veterans will be offered a vaccine appropriate and available at the time of the appointment. Veterans receiving the Moderna vaccine will be scheduled for both the first and second vaccines when scheduling their initial appointment. To schedule an appointment, eligible veterans can call 814-868-8661. That number is on your screen. They'll call that number and then press 2. And Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf says the state's initiative to vaccinate teachers has reached another major milestone. More than 102,000 educators have been vaccinated across the Commonwealth. All of those vaccinated have happened in less than 3 weeks. The special initiative is giving out single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccines through intermediate units. The state says it is working through the retail pharmacy partnership to make sure early childhood educators also have access to the vaccine. And more people are experiencing stress and anxiety during the pandemic, leading the demand for counselors and therapists to an all-time high. This afternoon, Erie News Now sat down with Mark Murrow, a licensed professional counselor, along with his wife, Jeannie. They have owned and operated Brighter Morrows Counseling for the last 8 years. He's been a counselor for over 35 years, and he has never seen more patients than he has over the last 12 months.
Fear is up, anxiety is up, depression's up, people have lost their jobs, they're experiencing financial hardship. Women's drinking has gone up 41% just for women. Abuse, marriages are on the rocks.
And during the pandemic, Morrow did not close his doors and saw all of his patients in person. And Mill Creek Township is hoping to redevelop its 8th Street corridor with state funding. Supervisors are submitting a plan for a $6.5 million state grant. The township wants to redevelop West 8th Street between Peninsula Drive and Pittsburgh Avenue. Mill Creek says the project would include relocating power lines, installing sidewalks, and other decorative features. The goal of the project is to create a Main Street look in Presque Isle Gateway District. The project is one of 2 projects Mill Creek wants to take on, with the other improving access to Presque Isle State Park for walkers and bikers. And Edinboro University has announced plans to have a small in-person recognition ceremony for their graduates. The school says a student survey showed that graduates want to have an in-person recognition ceremony. Edinboro will still have a virtual commencement ceremony as well, but graduates will be recognized in person at the new ceremony. The school says details on this in-person recognition ceremony will be released at a later date. And 5 groups in Erie County will benefit from Highmark educational grants. Students from 43 organizations across the state will receive the grants. They're available through different tax credit programs and are funded by Highmark and its subsidiaries. The programs are offered to businesses paying state taxes. The Barber National Institute and the Star Foundation of Erie are among the recipients. The grants will go toward improvements, scholarship programs, and school programming. And Tops Friendly Market has donated more than $3 million worth of meals to local food banks. The grocery stores in Pennsylvania, New York, and Vermont participate in Food for Families and Check Out Hunger campaigns. A portion of the donations will be given to the Second Harvest Food Bank of Northwest Pennsylvania. Last year, the project donated nearly $27,000 to Second Harvest. Tops contributions have helped provide more than 116,000 meals to people in need across northwestern Pennsylvania amid the pandemic. And UPMC Park will host an expanded slate of high school baseball games this summer. The Seawolves announced today that the park will host baseball teams from around the region. Games will take place starting April 6th over the course of 20 different dates. We have a list of all of the games on our website. Fans will be permitted to attend the games, but will have to accompany with public health guidelines. Fans must wear a mask over their mouth and nose at all times while they're in the park. The high school baseball series will lead up to the Seawolves home opener scheduled for May 11th. Thanks for joining us for the Erie News Nowcast. Join us for our next news at 10 p.m. on the CW and 11 p.m. on WICU and WSEE. Have a great night.